OMG. Queen Camilla silently removed from royal decree after Princess Anne revealed this. Before we dive in, take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear might change how you view the British monarchy forever. This isn't just palace gossip. It's the unraveling of power, loyalty, legacy, and something even deeper. A sister's silent defiance, a queen's fading grip, and a kingdom wondering who really holds the reins. It all started after Queen Elizabeth II passed away. For decades, the monarchy stood tall, even through scandals. But with her death, something shifted. The air grew thicker. Every smile seemed a little more forced. And behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace, old wounds began to fester. Princess Anne, the only daughter of the late Queen, had always been the rock. The one who worked without fuss, showed up without drama, and carried on without complaint. But lately, insiders say Anne has changed, not in temperament, but in purpose. It was at King Charles's coronation dinner where the cracks became visible to the public, a room full of royals, champagne flowing, the world watching. But under the surface, tension so sharp it could slice through diamonds. Anne and Camilla were seated apart, but their icy glances could be felt across the table. According to multiple sources, what followed wasn't just a small spat. It was a confrontation years in the making. Anne allegedly stood up, calm, but cutting. She told Camilla, loud enough for those nearby to hear, that she had overstepped, that her influence over King Charles had become a threat to the institution. And then, as gasps filled the room, she added something that no one expected. You were never meant to rule beside him. Camilla fired back, of course. She reminded Anne that Charles had chosen her, that their bond had outlasted scandal, outlasted the tabloids, even outlasted Diana's legacy. But Anne, she didn't blink. She simply sat down. And in that silence, the message was loud and clear. Anne wasn't backing down. Now here's where it gets even more shocking, because just weeks later, royal watchers noticed something strange. An official document from the Privy Council, the body that oversees royal declarations, no longer listed Queen Camilla's name in a prominent ceremonial decree, a role she once held, removed without explanation. Coincidence? Maybe, but not if you believe the whispers. One senior palace insider claimed that Anne had a hand in it. Not directly, but through influence, through quiet conversations with key advisors, through her bond with the late Queen, which still holds sway over many within the institution. And here's why that matters. You see, Anne has always been fiercely protective of the monarchy. But more than that, she's been fiercely protective of her mother's legacy. And she's never fully accepted Camilla as part of it. She watched as Diana suffered. She watched the fallout, the affairs, the scandals. She watched her brother break public trust. And now, watching Camilla step into the spotlight as queen consort, that for Anne might have been the final straw. There's also another layer, a much darker one. Because this isn't just about old grudges. This is about survival. The monarchy, for the first time in years, is truly vulnerable. King Charles is not well. The palace has confirmed cancer treatment, but no one really knows how much time he has. His public appearances have been carefully choreographed. His trips, shorter. His speeches, brief. The king is trying, but the burden is heavy. And then there's Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Once seen as the monarchy's shining light, she too is facing serious health challenges. And so, with both Charles and Catherine sidelined, who is stepping in? Princess Anne. She's increased her public duties. She's taken on more patronages. She's become the face of tradition and strength, especially as public trust in the monarchy wavers. And in that vacuum of power, Camilla's role is now under scrutiny. Sources say several senior aides, ones loyal to the Queen Mother and the late Elizabeth, have quietly shifted their loyalty to Anne. They see her not just as dependable, but as necessary. Necessary to stop what they view as a slow unraveling of the crown's values. And here's something even more telling. Anne has reportedly been reconsidering her biggest royal decision, the choice to withhold titles from her children, Zara Tyndall and Peter Phillips. For decades, she believed in letting them live private lives. But now, insiders suggest she's wondering if that was a mistake, because with the monarchy weakened, every capable, loyal family member counts. Even Zara and Peter may be pulled into the fold, not for fame, but for duty, for legacy, for something bigger than themselves. This signals a shift, not just in policy, but in strategy. Behind the grandeur and the tradition, the royal family is deeply human, and right now, they're scared. The loss of Elizabeth was more than just emotional. It was structural. She held the center. She was the calm during the storm. Without her, the storm rages on. Anne's opposition to Camilla isn't just personal. It's strategic. If Charles's reign ends prematurely, who stands beside William? It won't be Camilla. It can't be. The public still views her with suspicion. Some polls suggest a majority of Brits still haven't fully accepted her as queen. But Anne, she commands respect. Even among those who dislike the institution, few question Anne's integrity. She's not there for glory. She's there because someone has to be. And the palace knows it. There are whispers that more decrees may be rewritten, that Camilla's ceremonial roles may be further reduced, that behind the scenes, power is being quietly redistributed away from the queen consort and toward the woman once known simply as the spare daughter. But there's one more twist. It's said that King Charles himself is conflicted. He loves Camilla, that much is clear, but he also respects Anne, fears her judgment, and he knows deep down that she may be the only one capable of steering the monarchy through what's to come. The question is, will he choose loyalty to his wife or duty to the crown? Only time will tell, but the seeds have already been planted. Camilla's silent removal from the royal decree? That was no accident. That was a message. And now, the world is watching. Will Anne rise even higher? Will Camilla step back quietly? Will William and Catherine lean on Anne as their new anchor? Or will the family crumble under the weight of secrets, sickness, and silent war? What do you think? Is Anne truly the monarchy's last hope? Should Camilla step aside? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors from a palace desperate to stay relevant? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts.